hope this video can make you do a little bit better. Today's video is an interesting one because we have ourselves a little topic or theme, and that theme is going to be posture. Now, I know what you might be thinking when you hear the word posture. It may sound like an annoying word your parents used when you were a kid, telling you to sit up straight. But we're gonna make it a bit more fun and interesting. So I want to begin by just explaining to you why I wanted to make this video, and please know that when talking about posture, or in the examples that I'll use, I'm not trying to be mean or speak down to anyone or make fun of anyone. I'm just trying to give you some interesting facts. I'm of course not a medical professional. These are just some casual trainings that I did, so take it as you will. If you are happy with your posture and you're just here for the massage, that's completely fine as well. I'm just so very happy to have you here. So, why posture? Why is posture important, and what does it have to do with massage? Well, if we have bad posture and we sit or stand or walk in positions that are uncomfortable and unnatural to our bodies, we kind of force the spine and the muscles and our bones into a position that it's not meant to support. It wasn't made to support. So what that can do is it can lead to pain and discomfort in our everyday lives. So massage is a great way to help relieve some of that pain that we could have from carrying ourselves in the incorrect posture. But I want to discuss a few tips with you today on more permanent solutions, on what you can do if you wish to improve your posture. And there are 3 things regarding this that I'm going to discuss with you. And while I talk about the first thing, I'm going to grab my little feathers and just kind of move them over your body for some relaxation and a formal introduction into the massage. I've got this beautiful baby pink feather, as well as this kind of dark pink, almost purple feather. Just gonna kind of graze over you. So the first thing that could be impacting our posture is, of course, our spine. So the tricky thing with the spine is that it can have little bends or deformities or be misaligned, and this could be due to things we can avoid, but there is also the possibility that it's maybe something you were born with, it's a genetic factor, or it's due to some injury that you sustained. So in that case, of course, medical assistance is crucial. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes it is just, unfortunately, a medical issue that you cannot do anything about. Some people might have a spine that lightly curves by the shoulders, or it might make a small little curve at the lower back, or even both. So you could have two little curves or little bits that just don't align with the downward slope of the spine. So in that case, normally you would figure it out pretty quickly because it would result in a lot of pain. But I'm sure that if you work with a medical professional, that you and this person would be able to work together and find the best solution for you. Okay. Now, the second point that could lead to bad posture is what we call muscular imbalance or muscle imbalances. And what that could mean is that sometimes the left side of your body is a little bit weaker than the right side of the body, or the other way around. So, for example, if you are right-handed, then very likely the muscles on the right side of your body would be a little bit stronger and more developed than the muscles on the left side of the body. Normally it's very minimal, so it won't make that big a difference, but you do have cases, especially if it happened perhaps where you had an injury on the one side of your body at some point and you couldn't put a lot of pressure on that side of the body, or you kind of did everything with your other hand, or you walked with more pressure on a certain foot, then that could lead to the muscles becoming stronger on the one side of the body, which means that you might kind of lean more on the one leg or lean more to the one side of the body rather than distributing your weight evenly. So that's one thing. There are these body assessment tools out there. Many gyms have them, or health clubs, or like biokineticists, physios, things like that, where they can kind of do a scan of your body on this device and it'll show you what your muscle imbalances are like. if you have any. But really the best way to treat this would be to do strength training and to make sure that you use the same kind of strength on both sides of the body. So if you're lifting a 10-kilogram dumbbell, just make sure you do the same on both sides. But muscle imbalances is not just left and right. It can also be the front and the back of the body, be an upper body versus a lower body split. So let's say, for example, you are a teenage boy and you decide you're gonna go to the gym and you want nice big shoulders. And now you're training your shoulders, but your shoulders kind of start to hunch forward because your back isn't trained. You've only trained your shoulders. So now your back doesn't have that support to kind of pull the shoulders back. And I'm just gonna massage your shoulders a bit while we're talking about this, just to help get my points across. But so that could mean that you're like hunching forward, right? So in that case, again, strength training is a great solution. As long as you make sure you train all the different muscle groups in your body. So for someone like that, spending some more time training their back could be really beneficial and just kind of helping the shoulders fall back into the spot where they would normally sit on the body. Another example would be someone who maybe trains their glutes more than their quads. So maybe they train the back of the legs, the hamstrings, and the glutes more than the front of the legs, which is the quads. And or maybe they just have stronger glutes, or one muscle group just is stronger than the other, not intentionally, just for whatever reason. Maybe due to a sport that they play or an activity they tend to do at work that just led to the muscles developing in that way. So what would happen then is that they lean more on the back of their legs. So they put more weight on the back of the legs, which could also lead to funky posture and to the spine not being naturally aligned or in its natural position. So once again, the same advice for a situation like that would just be to make sure you train all parts of your body equally, especially if you know that you take part in regular activity that could strengthen one portion of your body. Then it could be very beneficial to just try to put some time aside to focus on the other areas as well. Another thing, and this is the third thing, that is very, very crucial in assisting with good posture, is having strong core muscles. So when we think about core muscles, or if someone talks about your core, we oftentimes think of abs, right? So I think someone with a nice big six-pack, flat tummy, but that is just a small portion of the core. The core actually consists of several muscle groups, which includes, if you look at the front of your body, it's all the way from below the chest, all the way down to your hip flexors, and then it also includes the lower back as well as the glutes. So all of these muscle groups assist in helping you with things like balance as well as posture. And if we're able to really focus on these little details that I mentioned now, you will not only see a difference in your posture, but also just in your ability to perform everyday tasks. So those are just some little fun facts. I do encourage you to try something. So if you're in bed and you're laying on your back, you may think that the natural position for the spine is to lay in a stretched out position, like now, right? With your back flat, your arms flat, your legs flat. But actually, the natural shape of the spine is in a more natural position if you lift your legs up, like if you bend your knees. Bend your knees and you kind of bring your feet closer to your glutes, your bum area. So that's very interesting. If you ever feel like your back is hurting or you've got some inflammation or pain around your spine, it might be more comfortable to just bend your knees instead of having your legs straight out in front of you. And if you are someone who feels a little bit self-conscious about your tummy area, your belly, the bits of fat around your belly, and you're taking a photo or you're posing or you're out in public and you feel like you want to suck the belly in, I actually encourage you to, instead of doing that, you can do this in the mirror first to kind of test this theory and see the difference for yourself. So first, just stand normally and suck in your tummy, and then you see what that looks like. But then try and fix your posture. Try and just kind of lift your shoulders, put them back a bit, and then see what a difference that makes to the stomach area. It actually makes a much bigger difference than sucking in your stomach. And of course, you don't have to do either of those things. Your stomach is perfect and beautiful, just as it is. But it is a fun little test that you can do, which just once again shows what a difference the right posture can make. And I think these little tips around the muscular imbalances and strengthening your core is so much more useful and beneficial than saying to someone, oh, sit up straight or stand up straight, don't hunch your back. Because if we really try to make sustainable change and we really focus on these areas of improvement, then it's so much more sustainable and our posture will just naturally become better without this little voice in our head having to tell us to sit or stand a certain way. I also don't like having that constant negative, judgmental speak in your mind the whole time. It's much better to focus on things that are good for your body, that have several benefits, that you can go and say, okay, I'm doing this for my health, I'm doing this to improve my quality of life, rather than saying to yourself, oh, sit up straight, you look silly, or sit up straight, these people are looking. I much prefer the more positive way of speaking to ourselves. I think in the long run it really makes a difference. And of course, if you are really struggling and you've got a lot of pain, please just be careful and make sure you speak to a professional. I hope you enjoyed those little facts that I have for you. And if you want me to do more little fact sessions like that, I'm kind of just pressing into you a little bit now with my nails, running my hand up like so, sliding that up, and then we can slide the nails down as well. Scratch down your back a little bit. Scratch, 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 and smooth that out. Smooth that out. Scratch, 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 and smooth it out. Smooth it out. Smooth it out. Just going down the sides a little bit. Just down the whole body, starting by the hips and moving up the side of the back and down the side of the leg. Trying not to tickle you. Nice and gentle. And we can do this on the other side as well. Just stroking down the sides. Stroking down the sides. Stroking. And let's do both sides. Both sides. Both sides. So, thank you so very much for joining me for this session. I really appreciate having you here. I really appreciate your kind comments. You guys make my day all the time. And I'm very, very, very lucky to have you. Thank you so much for being here. And we will hang out again very, very soon.